Hey, here we go. Okay. Again, guys, welcome to MHP Strong Bodybuilding Weekly Live Talk. This week, I have a good treat for you, and his name is Dani Younan. Dani Younan is a physique competitor, a champion, nonetheless, and he is getting ready for his third Olympia debut. Dani came here from Iraq, I would say about 16 years ago. So we're going to have a lot of questions for him because he came from a real war-torn country. Not here like I did grow up in the Bronx by a couple of bullets being, shot in the basement or in the neighborhood. This is, he was dodging missiles, and his father brought the family here, and he has created a name for himself within the bodybuilding industry. And again, getting ready for his third Olympia competition. Dani Younan, please join us. We're ready for you. We are ready. Let's see now. Wait, what's up, guys? All right. To make sure we get you on. And again, as always, he's back in San Diego, so he is 3 hours back. When I first spoke to him, he was on his grind, doing his cardio, preparing for the Mr. Olympia. He's already, there he is. Okay. No, we're going to give him a second. Again, he's on the grind right now. He's on that COVID training mode. Nothing's going to stop him. I believe he's already been top 10 the first 3 times, so he's only climbing up the ladder when it comes to physique in the Olympia. Now, okay, just hit the join whenever you're ready, Dani. Request to join, and you should be set to go. Guys, you guys here listening, please have questions for him. This guy is real deal of the American dream, Came here with his big family, and look where he is now. So have some questions. Again, a lot of us complain, a lot of us have struggled, but there's always a bigger struggle behind everyone's story. So let's have those questions for him. And I would have to say he's one of the has one of the nicest, most streamlined physiques when it comes to, physique competitors. So please log on to his page, Dani Younan. You'll see his IG. He also has Dani Younan IFBB Pro website.com, obviously. Let's see, hit the request, Dani, and we'll get you started, man. We're going to start tearing up these questions. Guys, and please don't hesitate on some questions you might have. Where is he? Is he coming on now?
Yes.
No.
Message.
Again, this is always getting people onto this is always, a little glitch. We start out late, but once we start hammering very hard. I got some interesting questions for him. Again, we're going to talk about his team, his training methods, and his transition. Tushar, I can't have you because I'm going to have Dani. He is the star today that I'm inviting. So please, people, don't send a request when I already have the guest for today. And he'll be coming on now. Hello, everyone. Hi, Janiana. Hello, Tay. How you doing? Guys, I'm back. That's it. We got it figured out. He's going to be coming on right now. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Almost. Waiting, connecting. There you are. What's up,
Sorry,
Dani?
guys. I had a lot of trouble there.
Oh, it happens to the best of us. It's okay. It's okay. You know. First of all, I want to say hello to you and and to everyone that's back in Iraq, we got to start somewhere. Now, where do you turn pro? Well, before we even get there, let's go back to Iraq.
Okay.
You're from Iraq. You have a big family. Tell us about them.
All right. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Yeah. So, I'm from Iraq. I lived there till I was about 12 years old, and moved out of Iraq in the middle of the war back in 2004. Moved to Jordan. Lived there for about 2 years, and then moved to United States when 2006. So yeah, I still have some family there, but no friends. Honestly, I don't really remember a lot of people from back home because I left when I was young. I've been away for about 16 years now. So yeah, but I do have some family from my dad's side there, but they're in good part of Iraq, so it's really good there.
All right. One question about Iraq. Now, you're in the U.S. now. You're pursuing, or already have been pursuing, the American dream.
Hmm.
Now, one thing about us here in America, we complain a lot. We complain a lot. We have a lot. And, there's a shootout in the back of your building, whatever. There's a shootout in the mall. We go crazy. We don't know how to act. But they were dropping bombs in your backyard. You
Yeah.
know, people were dying not too far from you. It's a full-on war that started. How was that? What was the experience? I mean, was going through your mind? You were only 13 years old, you said.
Yeah,
There
man.
you go.
It's crazy because I lived my whole life. It was basically wars, like war after war after war. Um, so yeah, 91 we had a huge war Iraq as well. That was the year I was born. Luckily, I didn't live that year. And
That's the
then
year I joined the gym. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
The year
yeah,
you
it
were
was
born.
crazy. Yeah, so like my parents, my family lived all their life being in the war, basically. I had a good, good childhood growing up. But like I said, it was in like what we used to here right now. You have everything you wanted. Back
Yes.
home, we didn't have an internet. We didn't have like a PlayStation or like computers. I remember when we first got a computer at my house, all of our neighbors, they were like, "Wow, how did you guys get a computer? Like, how do you even use this?" It was just crazy, like we didn't have all this amenities and everything that we have here. We still lived happy, you know what I mean? Here, you see them, they have everything they want, they still complain. Um, it's just the way it is nowadays, man.
That's America,
Yeah.
It's America. Now, those are the spoils of living the American dream. Now, tell us, you left Iraq, you got here. How was the transition? How was it for your family?
Yeah, transition was crazy. I mean, coming here, we already have family here, so I have my uncles and all those people living here for the past 30 years. So we came here, we had a place to go to. We stayed at their house for about 2 weeks. But the transition, I mean, it was okay. Obviously, I didn't speak any English. Coming here, had to deal with going to school, not speaking any English, not having friends. Always, honestly, people look at us weird because we're like from a different country, which is okay. Here I am living my dream.
It's okay, I want to see how weird they're looking at you now, being at that Olympia stage,
Yeah,
you
that
know.
was
So
always my dream, man. It's so crazy because me, like I said, when I first came to America, I started, getting more into bodybuilding. And every time I said something like, "Oh, I want to compete," or "Oh, I want to go to Olympia," everybody looked at me like if I was crazy. They were like, "Dude, there's no way." And here I am going to my third Olympia in a row. It's like dreams do come true, man. You just have to be willing to work for it and put in the work.
perfect. Now, going back to that, the love for bodybuilding. How did that start for you? What actually got into your mind? Who did it? Who was the first one that introduced this to you?
Okay, so me growing up, my dad always wanted to be a bodybuilder. But again, being from Iraq, he lived half of his life in a military, so he was in a war all the time. So we had weights at the house. I used to train as I was when I was a kid. Obviously, I didn't know what I was doing, but yeah, basically, my dad used to bring all those bodybuilding DVDs home, and I used to sit down and watch them. All those magazines. It's so crazy. So he's the one who actually introduced me to bodybuilding, and also growing up watching movies back in the days, who like Arnold, Sylvester Stallone, all these guys had like beautiful bodies, and I always look up to them, and I said, oh, those are the people I want to look like when I grow up.
No,
Yeah,
I think that's great. You know, my dad introduced MMA to me, except I didn't know, I wasn't supposed to fight back, so it was more of a beatdown. But,
yeah,
thank you, Dad. I think it didn't beat me enough because, again, that's what makes us the motivation your dad gave to you, that just that push. And now, guess what? He may not have become a bodybuilder, but you are doing it for him.
yeah.
And I know right now he smiles every time he sees you on TV, on
Oh man.
anywhere, right?
It's so crazy because every time I walk in, like he has like his little office, like the house. Every time I walk in, he's watching bodybuilding or he's watching my videos on YouTube, and literally like every show he comes to the show, like he's the first one waiting for me outside of the stage, and he's like crying. It's so
That is
crazy, like to
priceless.
see somebody, yeah, to see somebody like you live in you. It's like you live in your dream through someone else. You couldn't do it, but your son did it. You know what I mean?
Come on, what better way to do it than through your
Yeah,
son? Come on, that is
yeah,
beautiful, man. That is
yeah.
great. Now, okay, your dad introduced you to bodybuilding. You started your career. You started lifting. Who was your idols? Who were the ones that kind of just kept that motivation, mentally for you?
Okay, so when I started bodybuilding, that was like back in 2005, 2006. When before even I moved to United States, I joined a gym in Jordan. And honestly, man, the first people that I look up to, it was Arnold, of course, and then Franco Colombo, and then it would come you. Obviously, you're like honestly, not just because I'm talking to you. You're one of my favorite physique.
Thank
Kevin Leveroni, Jay
you. Oh,
Cutler,
man.
all these guys. So I always look up to you guys, and I always wanted to be like you and be at the top level bodybuilding competitor, and then join Olympia, and here I am, man.
No, here you are. And again, that's your idols, everything. Now, you're a physique competitor. Obviously, you're a bodybuilder. We're not going to change that. The category is physique, but you are a bodybuilder, and flat out, that's it. You can't
Yeah.
argue that.
Sorry to cut you off, but I started as a bodybuilder. All my shows I
Oh,
competed
you're a
as a body.
bodybuilder. I said, you know
Yeah.
what? You know what? If you go back, 40 years and you step on that stage, guess what? You'll be competing right next to Frank Zane. So you're a
Yeah,
bodybuilder, right?
that's
You're
true.
just happen to be doing the physique category.
Yeah, yeah, the classic physique. Yeah.
Classic physique, yes, yes. And it's a beautiful physique. It's a beautiful category. I would have to say, compared to bodybuilding and and basically physique, I think it's one of the toughest. You know, a lot of the guys, the top 10, come in good shape.
Yeah, that's true.
So the first time you did the Olympia, sixth place.
Yep.
Second time, what'd you get?
Seventh.
Seventh. Okay,
Yeah.
this is
Not
gonna
what I
be a
wanted.
third.
Yeah,
This is
my
gonna be
third
a
one.
third.
Yep, yep.
Now, what are you gonna change to turn it around? You got to turn it around now.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, honestly, man, just doing what I've been doing, man. Like I believe and I know, and George knows, as if you guys don't know, I work with George Farah.
Oh, we'll talk
Um,
about that. We'll talk about
okay.
that first.
We both know that I don't need to change anything on my physique. The only thing I got back from the judges, they said just come a little bit tighter from the back. Otherwise, I mean, I size wise, I do compete with them, with everyone else. I am heavier, honestly. Like I stepped on a stage back in 2018 at the Olympia. I was 192. This year I'm gonna be about 200 pound on stage. So
Wow.
I've already put on a lot of mass, a lot of quality mass. I'm way ahead of schedule. I was supposed to compete at the Legion Sports. They canceled my show at 8 weeks out. So what we did, we just kind of continue improving into Olympia. So I'm starting where I started for Olympia. It's really good. I don't have to drop a lot of weight. I'm already lean, so we honestly just gonna have to wait and see how everything plays out. You know.
No, this is great. I've been checking out your physique. I was there, obviously, in your first one. Um, Again, you could have been top five easily, and it's tough. Like I said, it's a tough category, and every single ounce or pound you gain is pure quality, you
Hmm.
know. And I mean, from my eyes, I don't see any weakness. What do you think you have to improve as far as just as far as body parts, because we already know conditioning. We know you got to bring it a little heavier. As far as body part, what do you think? Just your opinion.
I personally think I just want to have a little bit more thickness to my back and my side poses. I just need to have my leg a little bit wider. But honestly, other than that, man, I just feel like I have what it takes, even to win the Olympia title. And that's me and George every year, man. Like even last year, we're like, and you know how it is, Victor. Like when you go to a show, you don't go just to place, you always go
Yeah.
to win. And every
Yeah.
talk that I've had with George is telling me like, hey, remember, we're going for a win. No one is working harder than you are. And I always give it my 110%, man. You don't see me slacking on my diet, on my cardio. Like I had to do this interview with you. I had to wake up extra early just to do my cardio.
That's
It's
the
not like
grind.
yep, exactly. Gotta keep grinding.
No, no, that's great, man. Thank you again for taking the time. And you mentioned George. I had the honor to become a pro bodybuilder with George Farah. So I known George for over 20 years, not including the years I saw him competing before I stepped on stage. And he's a great guy. I've worked with him. We've done shows together. The most humble, nicest guy I know in the industry. No chip on his shoulder. He can work with just about anyone. Now, George, I know is part of your team. Who else is part of your team? And well, how's Danny's camp? Tell me about Danny's camp.
Honestly, what can I say about George, man? No matter what I say, it doesn't just you can't really describe how great of a person he is. Like you said, you've known him for 20 years. I met George back in 2015. That was the year before I turned pro. I met him and I basically went up to him to introduce myself and I said, hey, it's my dream to work with you. I always look up to you. He looked at me. It's crazy because that was at the time of weighing ins. So I had my clothes off and he's like, oh, let me see, hit a pose. So I hit him a pose. He was like, man, you're looking good. You have a beautiful shape. If you work with me, all we need to put on is like 5-10 pound of quality muscle and you'd be crazy. Um, and he gave me his information. He was like, here, whenever you go home, whenever you're ready, hit me up. So that following week, I hit him up and that's where we started. Not even 9 months later, I turned pro with him.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. The
Yeah.
magic man. Magic man. And
Yeah.
that's the good thing
Yeah.
about, I mean, one of the best things about George, his word means a lot. His word has substance and what he
Yep.
says goes. He's not just talking, you
Yep.
know. He's one to deliver and he has with you. And now who else is part of your camp?
My my family, man, my family are my biggest supporter. Them and my fiance, if she's watching, I love you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Everyone. Danny here is about to be married. And
It's
we congratulate you.
thank you. It's so crazy how that happened because I proposed to her and got engaged literally that weekend before the pandemic happened in the US. Like I got engaged and then a week later everything got shut down and we went into quarantine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so
Okay.
crazy. So we couldn't even like plan out a date or anything like that. So I was still waiting for everything to open back up to see when is the perfect time.
I'm gonna tell you right now though, if you can get engaged and a quarantine happens and you're still together, guess what? You're gonna be together for a long time, all right?
Oh, yeah, God's willing, man. God's willing.
Yeah, so I think that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
When's the big day?
I not sure yet, man. Because we can't even book a place, to get married. They're not doing that. And right now, they're not giving any dates. So I don't want to risk it because I don't know if you're familiar with like Arabic or like Middle Eastern weddings. They're like
Yes.
huge.
They're huge. I
Uh,
know. They're like
yeah,
freaking
man.
rock concerts.
Yeah, they're huge. So I don't wanna like go and invest and have to book everything and then they're gonna have to shut down everything again. So we're just right now my focus is Olympia and I really want to give it my 110%.
Yes.
And hopefully after that we can set up a date.
No,
So
it's
yeah,
gonna be.
other
I
than
can really
that,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah, man, she's the perfect person, man. She's been there for me. Honestly, like sometimes when I look back at our messages or anything like that, of well, the way I talk to her when I'm dieting, and you know how it is. Like sometimes, especially for me, when I have to lose so much weight to compete, it's like I get into that mood. I'm just focused. Like sometimes I can't even talk to her. Sometimes all day, like one message, and she's been always there for me. She always says, "I understand," and then she's never complain about it,
See,
it's
that
hard
is
to find that
huge.
kind of person. Yeah.
That is huge because I have to say, my experience, having girlfriends preparing for shows, and it gets to that 3, 4 weeks out, and you just don't want to talk, you don't want to communicate.
Yeah.
You're basically dieting, and they misinterpret that.
Yep.
They misinterpret that into something more personal. They think it's them,
Yep.
So big up for her for understanding and for standing by your side and for soon to be your wife. That is
Thank you.
beautiful, man.
Thank you,
Now,
man.
let's go. Now this will be your third Olympia. Let's talk about your training. What's your training style? Do you do high volume, heavy weights? Let me know, how do you do the split?
Okay. My training style. It's crazy. I have combination of everything. I try to maximize as much weight as I can push, and I go for a high volume. So you don't see me going lower than 10 reps, with heavy weights. And also the way I like to do it, I do full range of motion. Like you never see me doing half reps. Like you see a lot of guys or like, they when they squat or when they leg press, they stack the leg press, they only go like this much down.
Yes.
I literally go all the way down till I touch my chest, my knees touch my chest, and I go up. Um, yeah, man. I don't have a goal in mind when I go to the gym. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just walk into the gym, but I do know what body part, right? Like I walk in. I hate to like set up like have in mind which machines because there's like almost impossible to have them available. You know what I mean? So I
Yes,
just
of
walk in,
course.
whatever's available. I just get it done. Yeah, so I just go heavy, um, high volume, and full range of motion.
So body part once, twice a week.
Right now I do everything once a week.
Okay.
Legs I do twice a week.
Okay.
So I do split them.
Gotta
I
do
do,
like twice a week.
yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah.
So right now I work out 6 days a week. Off season I do 5 days.
Okay.
When off season I just do one body part a week. Um, and then for closer to my show, like right now, I add one more day and I do legs. I do Wednesdays. Here I'll tell you what I do. So Monday is chest.
Okay.
Tuesday it's back. Wednesday I do hamstrings and a little bit of quads, not too much, just but it's only focus hamstring focus and glutes. And then
No, no, no. What's a little bit of squats? Legs, or what is that? You get to the gym, you walk, and you walk back home.
Oh no. No. So what I do is like I go on like Wednesday, you know what I mean? I just focus on like hamstrings
Right,
and
right.
glutes and I do a little bit of quads, like I just like some extensions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Uh
A little
Thursday I
stimulation, more
Yeah,
stimulation, right? Yeah.
yep. And then Thursday I do shoulders, Wednesday I do sorry, Thursday shoulders, Friday I do arms, Saturday full leg day, and then I take Sundays off.
Okay, so you have one day a week off.
Yep. And that's a
One,
family day. I usually like to spend it with my fiance and my family. Yeah.
yeah, have to, man. Gotta have that time, man. Gotta have
Yep.
that balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, how many meals are you having? Do you go to your typical 6 meals or five, or what are your
Yeah.
meals?
I'm doing he has me now on 6 meals and one shake.
One shake. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Now talking about shakes, favorite supplement. Don't have to name a brand. Just favorite supplement to take. Uh, what is yours? Glutamine, creatine. Well, protein. Tell us.
It's crazy. For the longest time, it used to be my favorite used to be my pre-workout, but George has it doesn't let me have a pre-workout for the past year or 2 years now. I never do pre-workout, but he introduced me to something. I don't want to mention them, like you said. It's nitric
They gotta
oxide.
pay you for that. They gotta pay you.
Right. Yeah. Nitric oxide is this brand that introduced me to it. It's really good. I just like the feeling that, man, like when I walk into the gym, I just feel that pump, muscularity, and energy at the same time.
It's perfect.
It's really good, really good.
No, perfect. Can't give your secrets out. That's why we're gonna
Yeah.
be a little bit vague
Yeah.
and not give too much.
Yeah.
Again, the competitors are watching. So, another question again. I want to know what has been your biggest accomplishment in bodybuilding, followed by your most disappointing. So you're up and down in bodybuilding.
My biggest accomplishment in bodybuilding has to be my first Olympic qualification, man, and placing top six.
Yeah.
I mean that was like when I stepped on that Olympia stage, man. I like I'm used to being on stage. Like I love this is what I like. One of the reasons why I started bodybuilding is I wanted to be on stage. I wanted to pose and showcase my physique. But like, man, stepping on that Olympia stage, it's like you just wake up like from a dream. It's like what's going on? Like I'm here. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? My biggest disappointment, it was the Vancouver Pro. Um, from my first year, I did like 3 shows. That was back 2017. My first pro
So
show.
that's your pro debut year.
No, my pro. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
pro
So
debut
my
year. Yes.
yeah. So I competed at my first show muscle contest, placed third. Competed at the what's it called? New York Pro.
Yes.
I took ninth at the New York, and then Pittsburgh Pro I took fifth. So I'm still placing like in New York. It's a big show, and you know how
Yeah.
it is. So I placed ninth there, fifth Pittsburgh, third my first show, and I went to Vancouver Pro to compete. I didn't even place,
Right.
and it was even against the guys that I've already have been in previous shows.
That's
Yeah, so
good.
that
That's how you
was
play catch up.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have those shows, they
yeah,
win some, but guess what? They lose a lot,
yeah,
after. So that's
yeah,
good. You kept the momentum going, and look at you now.
yeah.
You're in the top
That's
of the
true.
game. Now, tell us, Danny, you already told us about your team, everything else, your idols, your training. When COVID started, let's talk about COVID because this is something that broke a lot of people, and it also gave a lot of people more excuses.
Yep,
But
that's true.
you were doing the Olympia, you had to continue training. I saw what you did with your leg press at home. That was just amazing. You know,
Yeah.
how did the idea happen? How did this happen? Create your
Yeah,
home
so
gym.
so when everything got shut down, man, I was literally going crazy. I know a lot of gyms around here. Every single one, it's either they closed or they just don't let you in. Like they let certain people in and they don't let you in. So I started going online. I was literally up at night late looking for like equipments and like squat racks. Everything was sold out. Um, Luckily, I started finding some equipment. So now I have almost a full gym at my house. I have a squat rack. So that leg press that you saw.
Yes.
It's a squat. I got a squat rack from Titan Fitness. And they have a squat attachment where you can just attach it to the hooks
Okay.
and you just put weights and then you lay down on the floor or you sit on a chair and you just leg press. So that
Nah,
was like the
I was
closest
brilliant,
thing.
brilliant.
Yeah, that was the closest thing and the cheapest thing to buy compared to leg press because leg press can go up to like $5,000, $6,000.
Yes.
This one, the squat rack and the leg press cost me about like $1,000.
All right. Not
So
bad.
yeah, I got a free machine from my cousin. He gave me a Bowflex that I've been using. I have a cable machine. I have a set of dumbbells. So I managed. It
And you
wasn't
manage well.
easy. Yeah, yeah, it wasn't easy, but I did not stop working out, not even one day, man.
All right, now,
Yeah,
now this is gonna be one of the crazy questions. I always got to throw in a crazy question. To be a bodybuilder is not cheap. It's
yeah,
not cheap. You either gotta have, one job is never enough. You gotta have two or three jobs. Some of us do a little bit, provocative type of work on the side. Let's not name those. Again, there's guys that do funny stuff, women too, and I have my share of the streets. Just to be a bodybuilder.
yeah,
How do you sustain it? Do you get help from your family? You worked on your own? Like, how did it happen? Because it's hard without sponsors. You
yeah,
know that.
yeah, yeah. It is. Honestly, so I'm a personal trainer. So when the COVID hit, all the gyms got closed. Um, and I haven't. I'm still not back to my work.
Yeah.
So it's hard, man. Like it's like you said, bodybuilding is very expensive. It's the food, it's just the lifestyle. Everything you do requires a lot of money, and it's not like you intake you get money back. It's
Yeah.
not easy. A lot of people think and look back to like early 2000s when you got a sponsorship. That's you're set. Nowadays, I mean, right now, like I have no sponsors, I have no other support. I'm not working.
Yeah.
So what I just started doing, I started taking all my clients at my house. So I've been training people at my house, and then that's basically it, man. It's hard, but like I'm managing. I'm hopefully looking forward to get back to my work. I've been talking to my manager, and then they're working out and bringing me back. But other than that, man, that's it, man. Honestly, just managing,
All right. So how can we get more money to Danny? Sponsors, guys, you guys listening out
Yeah.
there, he's available for sponsorship. You train people online?
Yes, I do train people
Give us
online. I
give
do.
us information about that.
Yep. So if you guys want to go ahead and check out my new website, I would highly appreciate it. It's www.daniyunanifbbpro.com. You'll see I also have my clothing line I'm coming up with. This is one of the shirts. I don't know if you guys can see it. This is my signature pose. Um, this is one of them. I have more clothing line coming to the website. Also, I have my training, my online training packages there. So if you want to purchase, you can just go ahead and click on on my website, and then
All
you
right.
can purchase it through there.
Perfect. Guys, come on, let's spend some money here. Let's support him. Let's support him. He needs all the help he can get. I mean, he stands up there alone, but guess what? We got to stand behind him, and let's keep this going. So you got the website, you have your Instagram, any other social media handles.
Yeah, YouTube. So I'm trying to grow my YouTube. I
So
have
you
been
got a
having
YouTube
YouTube.
channel too.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, man, I got to learn from you, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to put myself out there, man. It's hard. It's hard. Like sometimes you look at these people that don't even compete. Like they've never competed before, and they have like thousands of like followers and millions, and they have all the sponsorship, and we're the ones who's been like
You're
killing
too busy
ourselves,
working. You're on the grind. That's what it
you
is,
know?
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So we're the one who's actually putting in the work, competing, killing ourselves, doing all the work, and it's like we don't get anything in return. You know what I mean? So it's like now I'm trying to put myself out there more. Like I said, I have my Facebook, I have my Instagram, my YouTube channel. So if you guys would go and
What's your
subscribe,
YouTube channel? Is it just your name,
yeah, just Dani Younan.
Dani Younan,
Yep,
and
yep.
your Facebook? Again, you don't want to cover everything.
Same, Dani Younan, IAVB Pro.
Okay,
Yep,
perfect.
and then
Here,
my
guys,
Instagram. Yep.
he's open. He's got time. Hire him. And support him, because this guy is gonna do big things. He's already doing them. He's gonna reach up there and fight for that Olympia placing. Now, just to go back to talking about Iraq, because you haven't been there. I know your heart still goes out there because you do have family. You know, how do you feel? What's going on now back home? Do you stay up with the news? Does your father talk about it? Anything of the sorts?
Honestly, I'm not the person who will really follow up with the news, but
Yeah.
I kind of have an idea of what's going on. I mean, it's better than what it was when I was there, like when the war happened and like all the ISIS and all these people came in. it's obviously better. But now the coronavirus is now it's the peak there,
Yes.
so now it's like hitting them really bad, and they don't really have the medical that we have here. So it's like a lot of people been like getting really affected by it. But
Yeah.
other than that, man, yeah, I don't really follow the news. You know, I'm just
It's
especially
also,
now since I'm like focused on my show. You know.
no, it's okay. You're focused on your show. You know what? People in your country right now are looking at you. So I want you to say some good words for them of inspiration, positive, and say it in Arabic. You know, send a message to them. I want you to send them a message right now, Danny. Come on.
اوكي مرحبا شباب ان شاء الله بخير بس حبيت اقول لكم احبكم هوايه اعذروني ما اسوي هوايه فيديوهات بالعربي على مود تشوفوها بس لا تنسون انا احبكم هوايه بليز تابعوني على قناه اليوتيوب وقناه الانستغرام الله يخليكم باي
That is beautiful. It sounded beautiful, at least, you know.
thank you man
Yeah, yeah. No, I think it's great to acknowledge them again. You know,
yeah
you made it here. They're still back there, so gotta keep them acknowledged. Now,
yeah.
let's do some short shot questions. You know, cheat meals. What is your favorite cheat meal?
Oh man, that's hard. It has to be pancakes, man, because breakfast is my favorite meal. Yeah,
Pancakes.
yeah.
Nice. I like pancakes, but for me, pizza all day.
Pizza, yeah.
Yeah, pizza head. I'm a pizza
I
head.
love pizza too. It's just like because breakfast is my favorite, you know, like I have to have, you know, the eggs, the hash browns, pancakes. Oh man, that'll be my go-to
All right, all
for
right.
sure.
And that'll be the first thing after a show, obviously.
Well, it's kind of hard because after a show, it like finishes up at night, so it's hard to. After a show, I usually have a burger or like a pizza. So
Man, if
yeah.
you want pancakes after your show, I will personally bring it to you, all right?
Thank you, bro.
Come
Thank you.
on.
I appreciate it.
Now, okay, another short shot question. You can go anywhere in the world with your fiance. What would be the ideal place?
Oh man, probably somewhere island, like a nice tropical island.
Nice. You're
I'll
welcome in
probably say,
Dominican Republic. You're welcome at
yeah.
any time.
Thank you, thank you.
All right. Another short shot question. I saw you got some nice wheels there, you know. Favorite car. If you can have the car, your favorite car, what would it be? You know, you do have nice cars now.
Yeah. Yeah, I just purchased my new car, so thank you.
Come on, tell them what it is. They don't know what it is. Come on. And this is
Oh,
not showing
yeah,
off, guys. These are the spoils of a hardworking man here, okay? This is not
yeah,
about, you know, him showing off or anything. I'm acknowledging what he worked out for, and this is it. So tell him, come on. You worked hard for
yeah,
this.
yeah. So just got the 2020 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon.
Ooh,
It's really nice. Yeah.
all right.
But yeah, going back to your question, my favorite car, I don't know, man. Has to be. I like sport cars because I don't think I can fit in them.
Yeah.
Probably G-Wagon, man.
G-Wagon.
G-Wagon. Yeah, yeah. That's
Nice, man.
something I can see myself in, you know?
Yeah, those things are like driving a, you know, life-size brick. Those things are
Yeah.
huge, you know.
Yep,
What are they,
yep.
V12? They're like V12, right?
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, it depends on what engine. Yeah.
You
My
gotta
my
get the
car my
V12.
my car is like the closest thing I can get to G-Wagon, so.
Yeah, it's still a good car. Come
Yeah,
on,
thank
I
you.
love it. You know,
Yep.
now let's see. Now, do you like to dress other than bodybuilding clothes? I don't know. You know, any designers?
I I I do honestly, but I don't do it often, man.
Yeah,
Um,
but you do
it's
have time where you and your fiance do get dressed up and do go out and enjoy yourselves, right?
sometimes, but most of the time it's more like having like fitness clothes, you know, like just nice fitness clothes, you know, obviously. But yeah, sometimes we do dress up and go, but we haven't had that in a long time since probably the last time was when I proposed there. We went out for a dinner, and that was before COVID, and then the COVID hit. So like it's hard to like I don't want to go to restaurants or anything like that right now because
Yes.
of you don't
No,
want to
no,
risk it,
obvious reasons,
you
of
know.
course, of course.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, favorite country you ever competed in?
Oh man. I
Outside of
don't.
the U.S., you know, you can't just say U.S. U.S. is like, you know, or have you?
Because I haven't been to oh, the only place I competed in other than the US, it's Canada.
Canada, okay. And
Yeah,
Canada looks
yeah.
like US, doesn't look any different,
Yeah,
to
it's
tell you the
kind of
truth, you
similar,
know?
yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the place where they had the Vancouver Pro, it's kind of nice. It was on a like
Vancouver is
a
nice. It's on the
yeah,
water. Yes,
on the
it's on the
water,
water.
so it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
been to Vancouver, but I hear good things about it. I hope
yeah.
to go there someday. Now let's see. Any more questions? Um, anything you want to tell everyone about you? That I haven't asked you. Come on, it's got to be something. What
Uh,
makes you tick? What makes you tick?
oh man, basically covered everything, man. I'm a bodybuilder. I do fitness modeling. I haven't been doing that for a while, but I was with an agency. I went to an acting school, so I don't know if you guys know that, but
Nice.
still, I went to acting school and then I graduated from it, but I just didn't pursue that because you know how it is when you get into acting, you have to step away, kind of away from bodybuilding. You can't really, because it depends on what role and they want you in, lose weight and all that. And I'm like, nope, that's not happening.
It's okay. You'll be a bouncer in one of the movies or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's all
Oh
great.
man,
I know many roles will come. You're only 29. You're hitting your peak, just about to hit your peak. So
yeah,
big things are gonna start to happen. You know.
God's willing, man.
I think the only other pro I know that went into acting was Kevin LeBron, I believe. I know Jay Cutler has tried it. Some of us, did Generation Iron, but that was more docudrama. And I see you acting. I see you acting. Come on, I see you as a freaking, I don't know, some sort of mob boss or something.
It's so crazy. Everywhere I go, people tell me, "Hey, are you related to Sylvester Stallone?" I'm like, "Do I even look like him?"
Hey man.
Yeah. A lot of people told me they like in his younger years. We do kind of look alike. So I see myself doing action movies and stuff like that. That's like my favorite. That would be one of the things that I would want to do after bodybuilding. And even now, I mean, if I get a role, if it's not gonna interfere with my bodybuilding life, and yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
No, no. Still, you can
Yeah,
do anything. Come on, the sky's the
yeah,
limit, as they say.
yeah.
But right now, 220 Olympia, 2020 Olympia, coming up. You're focused. You're getting ready. Anything you want to tell your fans, and ladies, don't reach out to him. I know he's good looking, but he is engaged. So please, only training, okay, and
Yeah.
that's it. Follow him on his social media. Watch him rise to the top. Anything you want to tell your fans or anybody before we let you go and get back to your dieting and training.
I just want to say thank you guys for all the support and everyone who's been following me. Please go and show some love to my YouTube channel. I'm really trying to grow that. Also my Instagram, Dani Younan _IFBB Pro, and my new website. Please go check it out. Share it with friends and your fans or family. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
No, Dani Younan, everyone, the man himself, getting ready for the 2020 Mr. Olympia in Las Vegas. We see you there. We support you. I will be there. I will witness you placing better and higher, and I can't wait to see your new physique.
Thank
Okay.
you. Can't wait.
All right,
Thank you.
Danny.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Take
it.
care, and we talk soon. All right. And
All
like
right,
I
for sure.
said, anything, I'm here. I won't be competing, but I will be definitely supporting. All right.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Thank you, MHP, and everyone else. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Danny. Take
All
care.
right, buddy. Bye
All
bye.
right. Bye.